Flosstube, hope you're all well. My name's Kerry, this is Colourfully Cross Stitched, my YouTube channel where I talk all things cross stitch with some book recommendations thrown in at the end too. And this time I'm talking books set on land, sea and sky, mainly inspired by Taylor Swift's Fate of Ophelia song. It's been going round and round in my head like an earworm. I'm not complaining about it, so love the song. So these books are kind of inspired by that. So stay tuned if you're interested in those towards the end. So what have I got today? I've only worked on 3 whips this time. Why is time going so fast? These past 2 weeks has just flown by. Currently off work this week, which is great, so really needed the break, but yeah, just busy doing things. Well, I say the most exciting thing that we've done so far is strip the silicone off our bathroom, which was mouldy, and replaced it. So, you know, these things all need doing when you've got time off, but we do have a few more things planned. We're doing a zip wire. My son's doing a driving sort of lesson. He's only 15, but he's doing that, and we're going to marine aquarium and all sorts of other stuff. But yeah, so far the highlight of the holiday has been getting the mouldy silicone off our bathroom. Woohoo, rock and roll. So all those little things. And the past 2 weeks just really busy with work and things like that. But yeah, so I have only worked on 3 whips this time, no new starts. I've got a little bit of haul and some plans that aren't really going to come as any surprise to anybody, but yeah, and then I'll go into the books after that. But I'm going to shock you all if you've been here before. I'm not actually going to start with a Stitchers Book Club sale because, shock horror, I haven't worked on it these past 2 weeks. So I don't know, I've been focusing on a different project, which I'll get to in a minute. But yeah, I think no particular reason, just time's run away with me. So I've been trying to focus a little bit on Halloween, and I may have a little finish for now as well, which I didn't think I would say, but anyway, I'll get into that. So the first one that I've worked on is the Witch's Hollow from Autumn Lane Stitchery, and I haven't put too many stitches in this one this time, but this is where I got up to last time. And then now we have got just a little bit more in the bottom really. So I've started the fence at the bottom, and I have come in and filled with a slightly different colour, but I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera or not, but this is the white, and then this is a very light grey. So yeah, I've filled in a little bit there, and yeah, just plug in a few more stitches, but not too many. I haven't got any stats, so just yeah, I don't know what's happened these past 2 weeks. It's just gone so quick. So but anyway, been enjoying doing it, but I have gone wrong again on here. I think I threw myself out because I put an extra stitch in the bottom of a broom just there, which then threw all of this bit off, but and then also meant that this bit was slightly off as well. So I think I put it aside because I wasn't quite sure whether this was right or not, but I'm still enjoying it. It's just you know, it's that age old, when you go wrong and you just get really annoyed and then start frogging. But anyway, I'm going to carry on with that, but I also have to say that I'm a little bit over Halloween stitching. I know I haven't done very much, but I kind of want to work on other projects that aren't Halloween based now, and I'm just trying to carry on until Halloween. I think we've got a week until Halloween, so I'm going to try and get some more stitches in, because otherwise what's the point? And I know that I'm not going to then want to do it afterwards. But yeah, so anywho, so that's where I got with this one. Then my sort of finish for now is in the Cross Stitcher magazine. There was the Halloween potion bottles from Emma Congdon, so Stitchrovia, and I'd said previously that I was going to do them in a row. I wasn't going to stitch them all, etc, etc. So I started on Venom Aid, and I'm pleased to say that I have actually finished Venom Aid. So if I show you, well, this is where I got up to last time. So just stitching up from the bottom, and then now if you saw my thumbnail as well, you've seen that I have actually finished this one. So I went wrong with this as well. So the cork here should be, I think, one stitch further in, so it's a little bit wider than what it should be, but I just fudged it and made it work. But I'm really pleased with how it's looking. And my plan was to stitch like the bat's blood here and then all the others here. But then Helen D, the East Coast stitcher, has done some stand-ups with her. She's done the Web of Lies and the Cat Puke. I've never ever done a fully finish, so I was looking at that thinking, could I or couldn't I, but then don't have the fabric, so yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but I don't know whether to just leave that as one now or whether to carry on and stitch maybe 2 more. I don't know. Like I say, I'm sort of over kind of Halloween stitching, and that's nothing against the patterns or anything like that. I really still look at these and think I'm really enjoying the patterns, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what to do on that one, so I'm calling it for now. I'm calling it a mini finish, because it is technically a finish. I have finished the bottle, and then I'll just see where I go after that. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Got a bit frustrated when I did this a little bit wrong, but yeah, we will see. I don't know. I'm a little bit indecisive at the moment, so that is that one. And then my main focus piece this time has actually been the pointed fifth. So that's a proper picture here. And then where I got up to last time was kind of in the middle of that first row across, the block of rows across. So I am really pleased to say that I have reached the end of the pattern. So if I show you all this, woohoo! I'm super duper chuffed with myself. So so yeah, I think last time I got up to here, so I'll fold it in half now. So I got up to the 2 dogs with the love heart above them. Oh, hang on. And that marked the middle of the pattern for me. So I have stitched all the way across and done the bunny rabbit, the 2 ducks, and I think this is another rabbit, but I'm not 100% sure. It must be a rabbit, but I wasn't sure about the, I can't hold it properly. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. I am still loving stitching on it. It's just one of those patterns that's really caught my attention this past 2 weeks, and I've just wanted to work on constantly, and so mark off all of my stitches in Markup RXP, and I've even then started to come down to do the blended. So for those who may be new, Crafty Emily has got a colourway that is just absolutely stunning. Lots of different pinks, purples, blues, greens. I'm following that colourway, and she does 17 rows in one colour and then blends the next colour with the previous colour for 3 rows, and then you move down with the new colour as well. So so that's where I am at the moment. I've just started blending the 3 rows across. So but yeah, really enjoying this pattern. So much so that I really want to start my other long dogs that I've got waiting in the wings. But yeah, I was kind of really chuffed with myself that I managed to get so far. It feels like a mini finish for me, because it's a finish with that one colour, and then it's a start again with the 2 blended for 3 rows. But it just meant that I was making really good progress, and I think I'm over 3% now on this pattern, so a long way to go yet. But yeah, just really happy with how that's looking. Needleminder there is from Charlie Feathers. But yeah, I just really enjoying this one, and really enjoying marking it off in Markup RXP as well. And yeah, that's it for my stitching. So I haven't really got an awful lot to show in terms of whips, but it is what it is, and time runs away with us, and I'm sure we're all kind of in the same boat as well, where there's not enough stitching time and life just kind of happens, and then that's it. But I've been doing a lot of stitching while I've been sort of watching TV as well. So I think Venomaid will always remind me of the Ed Gein story, because I was watching that while I was stitching Venomaid. Oh, did I mention that in my last Flosstube? I think I might have done, but wow, that's the most disturbing not documentary, it's not a documentary at all, although it is based on a true story, but on Netflix, it's one of the most disturbing programs I have seen in a long time. And I've seen like fiction stories like Saw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I know was apparently based on Ed Gein. But yeah, if you do not like blood gore or anything, do not go watching this program. Yeah, quite disturbing, to the point where it was I went into the garage to put some recycling out there, And then, you know, when you start thinking about things and you start getting the heebie-jeebies, and I was thinking, oh, and then went back out of the garage, and then my husband was stood there and he went, "Mother," so in Ed Gein's voice, and it's just, he did an uncanny impression, but just made me really, really jumpy. So but yeah, so now I will always look at Venomade with Ed Gein in mind, which is really bizarre. But anywho, it seemed like Halloween type watching TV as well. But with the Pointed Fifth, I've been doing that while I've been watching Married at First Sight, which is a much lighter programme, lots of drama. And also with the Witch's Hollow, I've been watching Traitors, Celebrity Traitors, absolutely loving Celebrity Traitors UK. I don't know if you, in the US there is a Celebrity Traitors, I think there is, but this one is just brilliant. I absolutely love Alan Carr and Celia Imrie in this one. They make this programme for me. It's absolutely fantastic. I've always been a fan of Traitors right from the very, very start. And we went into town the other day and Primark have got the Traitors cloaks. I'll put a picture of myself in one. I was so, so tempted, but I haven't yet bought one, but I am really, really thinking I might have to get one soon. But so yeah, anyway, all that to say, the stitching has been taking place while watching TV, and there hasn't been really much time for an awful lot of that recently. But yeah, so I haven't had any new starts, but I have got plans. So I know I've mentioned this a few times now, but if anybody else wants to join in with myself and Cross Stitch Sarah on the 31st of October, we are stitching Dracula's Castle from the Witchy Stitcher. I think we've just come up with a hashtag, funnily enough, Dracula's Castle Sal, but it's a start along, it's not a stitch along. Both Sarah and I were not very good at keeping up with the old stitch alongs, so start along. But yeah, so that's the colourway. So mine is black with the blues, with the reds on there, so looking forward to starting that on the 31st. And then Lindsay at Stitching Magic 111 and I are also starting a project that will be on the 1st of December, another start along, and that's this one from, what magazine is this? The World of Cross Stitching magazine, and it is the November 2025 issue. But yeah, so both Lindsay and I have been to New York separately, obviously. Both thoroughly enjoyed it, so want to start stitching on this one. So we're going to start this one on the 1st of December. So if anybody wants to join us, then get kitting up, and yeah, we'd love for you to join along. Again, I guess we'll have a hashtag for that, maybe New York Snow Glow Sal start along. But I've started kitting this one up. I can't remember whether I showed this before. I just need to get them all onto floss drops. But yeah, so there's quite a few colours in that project actually. I'm quite surprised at how many, but really, really looking forward to stitching on that one. And then also Lindsay, I bought from Lindsay her Needleminder, which was the Christmas tree one, so I'll be adding that Needleminder to the project when the time comes. So yeah, super, super chuffed with that. And then my needlework marketplace patterns came in, so I have got the I don't know whether it's a little bit late now. I am kind of tempted to start, but it's another Halloween pattern. So I did get the Murder in the Pumpkin Patch from Lola Crow. I absolutely love this pattern. Absolutely stunning. Sorry about the glare, but yeah, I don't know. I've got some fabric coming for this, but I don't know whether it will arrive in time. And I'm not overly bothered if it doesn't. I know I'm not going to show you the pattern inside, but it doesn't look that big. What is the size of its stitch count is, so I would do 32 count, so that is 9 inches by 6.5. So yeah, not too big, but I just don't know whether it's a bit too late now for stitching. I don't know, I'll see when the fabric comes in, but I would imagine that it's not going to be in time, but that's fine. I only ordered it yesterday. So but yeah, really, really love that that pattern, but that might be one that I keep for next year, because I ordered it when, and this is not anything against the person that I ordered it from, it's just that's how long it took for all the patterns to come in, and everybody's kind of arrived at the same time from whoever you ordered it from. But then I believe Lola Crow has released it as a PDF already, So I don't know whether next year I might not do the Needlework Marketplace paper patterns. I might just wait until they come out in PDF format. But anywho, so that was that one. And then the other one that arrived was Chalet in the Snow from Flossibilities. So I've mentioned this a couple of times now, so looking forward to stitching that one and stitching B and myself. So Ellie and I will be stitching this one. We haven't actually set a date yet, I don't think, but that again will be a start along, not a stitch along. But yeah, so I've been sort of getting my colours together for it. So I've got a whole mismatch of colours here from Classic Colourworks, Cottage Garden Threads, Weeks Dye Works, DMC, the whole gamut of colours. But yeah, so it's all sorts of different ones in there. So yeah, I'm kind of itching to start this because maybe I am just ready to move into winter mode, much like the well, actually no, I do also want to stitch Dracula's Castle, but the snow globe, get your words, Kerry. So yeah, I'm kind of itching to start that as well. But yeah, these colours are just stunning. So but yeah, I don't know if you can see where they're all supposed to go, but yeah, so that's something that I'm looking forward to starting. Maybe not in the too distant future, I'm not sure. So might be a New Year's start, I'm not sure. I'll speak to Ellie and then find out, and then I'll let you know if you fancy joining in with that one, if you've got the pattern already. Again, this was one, I think this might now be available as a PDF. I'm not 100% sure, but with all the Northern Lights and things, I've said a million times, my husband and I went to Iceland in March, saw the Northern Lights, stayed not in a cabin like this, but stayed in the middle of nowhere basically. So it was absolutely fantastic, and believe me, it was snowing, absolute blizzard conditions on some days, and my husband was driving in it, so it was quite hair-raising, but we absolutely loved that holiday. So yeah, this would be a great one to remind me of that and hang up on the wall. So kind of kitted that up, not quite sure of the fabric yet. The fabric that I thought I was going to choose, I don't think will show all the colours properly. So again, from the same, I ordered from Stony Bank Creations on Etsy. I ordered the grey for the Lola Crow yesterday, and also ordered a darker blue. So I'm hoping that that one will fit the bill, but if not, I've still got enough time. I don't think Ellie and I are planning to start it before December, if not even January. So so yeah, I'll let you know how I get on with that. And then the other plans that I've kind of got, because I've been enjoying the pointed fifth so much, then I really want to start my Long Dog Saga and also my Long Dog Latitude. Yes, Latitude, not Longitude. Which I think, I'm hoping that she might come out with a Longitude, but yes, I'm kind of wanting to start those as well. So I've kitted those up. The I think I have shown this before as well, but I will show you. So the Saga, I have chosen this fabric for. So this is, it's a deer, no it's not, it's a Zweigart Azure Blue, I think this one is. And then wanted to do lots of pinks on it, so I have gone with this colourway. So there's obviously different arches in the Saga. So the arches themselves, I wanted to go with a very pale pink, and then I'll do the columns pale pink, so the outline, and then the arches I'm going to do an ombre pink effect, which I'm hoping will go really well with this fabric. So that's my colourway for that one. So I'm kind of itching to start that. I started this Saga before and then decided to restart it, so I've unpicked what I did previously. So so yeah, looking forward to starting that one. And then the other one is yeah, I'd say Latitude, gone with this petrol green from Zweigart, and then I'm just going to stitch it, sorry, crinkly, with the yellow. So have I got one out already? Yeah. So yeah, that was the yellow that I chose, and that's just going to be one colour all the way through. I found it really therapeutic stitching pointed fifth with just the pink, just that one colour. You don't have to keep changing colours and things, so just found it really relaxing. Yeah, I didn't think I would think that with monochromatic stitching, but I really enjoyed doing that. I think one of the things that is kind of maybe not putting me off, but that the Venom Aid was quite a lot of colour changes, and I think that was getting me a little bit frustrated. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the pattern, and I love what Emma Congdon has done with everything, and it just looks amazing and stunning when it's done. But I think having gone from pointed fifth to this, I think I was getting a bit frustrated with the colour changes, to be honest. So yeah, I'll see where I get to with this one, whether I want to do any more or not. But those anyway are my plans probably for the rest of the year. I still haven't started on chopping more, which is another one that I am itching to start, which is the Witchy Stitcher. I'm all kitted up for that. I just need to restart again. So yeah, I don't know whether next time you'll see that or not. I'm not sure. But anywho, so those are plans. So they're quite big plans, some of them. But then to go with my Chalet in the snow, I wanted a Needleminder, and then of course Charlie Feathers has brought out a new Needleminder, so I had to absolutely instantly buy this one. It's absolutely stunning, love it. Magnet on the back is super duper strong, and yeah, so love that one. That will go with that project once Ellie and I start. And then, because obviously these things can't travel alone, when Charlie launched her new Needleminders in her new shop, she's got a website now, then this one was there. So I think this is Autumn Dreaming, I believe it's called, but come on, it's a girl with reading a book. Obviously I had to get this one. So not sure which project yet, but doesn't matter. I will just add it to whatever I decide to start next. And then I bought two more. So couldn't resist this Cocoa. This is a smaller Needleminder, but couldn't resist this one. So Autumn Cocoa there with a little pumpkin on the mug. And then this one I saw as well, which I think it was Ninja Needles who wanted one for a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory pattern, but I just saw that and thought, oh sweet, it's amazing. Absolutely love the colours in this, so bought that one as well. And then lovely Charlie added in a drop. I'm sorry Charlie, I'm not sure what you call these, but this can go on scissors or it can go on one of my project bags for the zip. So absolutely love that. Such an autumnal colour, little flower. So thank you Charlie so much for that one. And then I think that might be it for haul. Is that it for haul? Yes it is. So yeah, I think that's it for stitching. I think I've said everything I needed to. So yeah, really sorry there's not much stitching that's been done these past 2 weeks, but I was chatting to some stitchy friends the other day, and I think when you do a floss tube you then start to become a little bit pressured, not by anybody who's watching, myself, this is just me who feels like I need to put in the stitches because I need to have lots to show you guys, but yeah, these past 2 weeks just wasn't doing it really, although I am, you know, like I say, pleased with myself that I managed to get all the way to the end of the pointed fifth, finished the Venomade, and didn't do any new starts, which I think is always part of my problem. So starting too many, not finishing any. So yeah, but I think hopefully next week I will have more to show, and I will, or next time, and I will definitely be getting back to the Stitchers Book Club. So next time we will have had another part. So by the time I film another floss tube, there'll be another part out. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, so sorry this video might be quite short in terms of stitching. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've had lots of stitching time. Thank you to everybody who gave me some suggestions on how to do the floss conversion so I can get the sizes right. So many people came through and so many of you gave me such detailed instructions. Thank you so much for taking the time to do so. I really appreciate it. I've not had a chance to look into any of that yet, but I definitely will for the Chalet in the Snow and Murder in the Pumpkin Patch. I'll definitely be doing that, although I've ordered the size of the fabrics. I know that they will fit on there because they're quite large, but yeah, thank you so much. It was really helpful and great to know that there are a few different options out there. And yeah, I don't know what I did in the first one that I put in, obviously did that completely wrong, but never mind. So yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, so if you're only here for the stitching, apologies, this is a really short one. Hopefully more next time. And yeah, if you like the video, then please like, subscribe, etc. Thank you to all my new followers and to everybody who's still sticking with me through all of this as well. And yeah, I'll just move on into books. So, like I say, this is a land, sea, sky, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go my recommendations, sort of thriller, horror genres from space. We've got sky, we've got top of a mountain, land, island, desert island, on the sea, under the sea. So we're going the whole gamut from top to bottom. So anyway, I will just scoop on in there. The first one I mentioned in my last Flosstube, but I'm going to mention it again because starting from the top, in space, the favourite sci-fi that I've listened to, and I did mention my last Flosstube was audiobooks that I've really enjoyed. So if you haven't watched that yet and you want any recommendations for the best audiobooks to listen to, then feel free to hop on to my previous video to find out what those are. But this one featured quite heavily. This is probably one of my favourite audiobooks of all time, but it is Project Hail Mary. So this is basically man in space has to save the world, but is so much more than that. So but yeah, it's a lone astronaut must save the Earth from disaster in this incredible new science-based thriller from Andy Weir. But yeah, speaking of science-based, I'm currently listening to Dan Brown's Secret of Secrets as well. So and I have to say that is really science heavy. So I'm not, although I'm listening to it on probably 2 speed, but there's a lot of science heavy stuff, and although this is kind of science based, it's not as heavy, I don't think, as what the Secret of Secrets is. I'll let you know my full thoughts on that maybe next time, but yeah. So anyway, starting off in space with sci-fi, this one, listen to it on audio, can't go wrong, absolutely loved it. Then coming down into the sky, so this one is Falling from TJ Newman. So this, I will read out the synopsis of this one. Obviously it is set on an aeroplane, and this one says, you just boarded a flight to New York. There are 143 other passengers on board. What you don't know is that 30 minutes before the flight, your pilot's family was kidnapped. For his family to live, everyone on your plane must die. The only way the family will survive is if the pilot follows his orders and crashes the plane. Enjoy your flight, it says. But this one has got one of my all-time favourite first lines of a book as well. So the opening line is, when the shoe dropped into her lap, the foot was still in it. So it was just, this is such a gripping read. TJ Newman, I think, does a brilliant job. There is another TJ Newman coming up in this list. But yeah, if you want edge of your seat, gripping, set on an aeroplane, wouldn't recommend reading if you're about to go on a holiday. But yeah, absolutely love this one. I was totally gripped, and TJ Newman was a former stewardess on flights and apparently wrote it as she was going between destinations all the time. So she's got the real inside knowledge into flying, and there's a steward, I think one of the point of views in this is from a stewardess. So yeah, highly recommend that. So next we're going to the French Alps. So this is a mountain, so coming down a little bit further. This one is Shiver by Ali Reynolds, and is a snowboarding thriller. Now, I didn't know anything about snowboarding before I read this, but she's a snowboarder herself, and she really explains it all super duper well. So not too much explanation about different things, but just woven into the story really well. So I found like I was finding out new bits and pieces about a new sport. But yeah, this one is Saskia, Curtis, Miller, Dale, Heather, Brent, and I just love the way that it says killer through the middle. But this one says, when Miller is invited to a reunion in the French Alps resort that saw the peak of her snowboarding career, she drops everything to go. While she would rather forget the events of that winter, the invitation comes from Curtis, the one person she can't seem to let go. The 5 friends haven't seen each other for 10 years, since the disappearance of the beautiful and enigmatic Saskia. But when an icebreaker game turns menacing, they realise they don't know who has really gathered them there and how far they will go to find the truth. In a deserted lodge high up in a mountain, the secrets of the past are about to come to light. I absolutely loved this one. It's got a really good prologue as well. So again, the opening line of this one is, it's that time of year again, the time the glacier gives up the bodies. So it was just really gripping. I really enjoyed it. There's a slight romance to this as well, which you don't really see in many thriller books, so thoroughly enjoyed. And yeah, it was just, came out a while ago, but still think about it, still really, I would reread this one. So that's On Top of the Mountain. And coming down slightly a little bit, this is The Hike by Lucy Clarke. I really enjoy Lucy Clarke's mysteries. This is more mystery for sure, I think. Yeah, I guess leans more into mystery. But yeah, so this is set in the Norwegian mountains, I think. So slight mountains again, but they do start off at the bottom, hiking up the mountain. So it says, leaving behind their everyday lives, 4 friends hike out to the beautiful Norwegian wild, nothing between them and the mountain peak but forest, sea and sharp blue sky. The perfect place to disappear. But there's a darker side to the wilderness. A woman went missing here 1 year ago, scarring the mountain with suspicion and unanswered questions. Now the friends are hiking into the heart of the mystery, and waiting on the trail is someone who'd do anything to keep their secrets buried and to stop the group walking away alive. I really enjoy Lucy Clarke's writing. I've listened to a few of hers on audio as well. I think I listened to One of the Girls, which I think is set in Greece, on there, and that was just fantastic as well. She's just got a really great way of luring you into the story and taking you along for the ride. So thoroughly enjoyed this one. Then we go to Desert Island. So Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. I think I mentioned The Heiress by Rachel Hawkins a couple of videos ago for Mixed Media, but this one was the first one that I read from her and really enjoyed it, and this cover is absolutely stunning. In fact, I've got another one from her. They all kind of, The Wife Upstairs, I just think she has amazing covers. But yeah, so Reckless Girls is set on an island. So it says, beautiful, wild and strange, Moreau Island is a desolate spot in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with a mysterious history of shipwrecks, cannibalism and even rumours of murder. It's the perfect destination for the most adventurous traveller to escape everything except the truth. 6 stunning 20-somethings are about to embark on a blissful, free-spirited journey, one filled with sun-drenched days and intoxicating nights. But as it becomes clear that the group is even more cut off from civilization than they initially thought, it starts to feel like the island itself is closing in, sending them on a dangerous spiral of discovery. When one person goes missing and another turns up dead, the remaining friends wonder what dark currents lie beneath this impenetrable paradise and who else will be swept under its secluded chaos. So just, yeah, it's not too thick either, but really enjoyed this one for like an island escapism read. Then I'm going to do the obvious, On the Sea, which I don't actually have a copy of, which I'm shocked about, but is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. Ruth Ware was a favourite author of mine. I haven't really read anything from her recently. I have got, is it there? No, it's not. Where is it? The Woman in Suite 11. So I've yet to read this one, but what I want to do is watch the Keira Knightley film The Woman in Cabin 10 first, and then I'll read this one. But The Woman in Cabin 10 was the book I think that got me back into reading thrillers. Thoroughly gripped with that one years ago. Couldn't put it down. Really took me away into the story. I think Ruth did an amazing job of that one. Absolutely love loads of other Ruth Wares as well, but yeah, that one will always probably stand out as my favourite. And One by One, which is also set in the mountains. But yeah, so looking forward to watching that one. But it's about super yacht, and a woman goes missing, and Lo Blacklock is the main protagonist in that one. She's a journalist on this, I believe it's a new ship, a new super yacht. People have been invited for its maiden voyage. I might be completely wrong on that, but yeah, she witnesses, or she thinks she sees somebody being pushed overboard, and then yeah, it's just how the mystery all unfolds from there is really good. Still sticks in my mind, that one. So yeah, so looking forward to watching the Keira Knightley film, and then we'll read that one. And then finally we go underwater, which is the other TJ Newman that I mentioned, and I've already mentioned this in a previous video as well, but I can't let this one go by without mentioning it again because I absolutely love it, which is Drowning. So this book is about, let's see if I can do a really small synopsis. edge of your seat thriller about a commercial jetliner that crashes into the ocean and sinks to the bottom with passengers trapped inside and the extraordinary rescue operation to save them. So if you haven't read this one and you're not about to go on holiday, then I can highly recommend reading this. It's just the way that the story all comes together is fantastic. It follows a father and his young daughter who are set off from Hawaii to America for a camp. And then they're not that far away from Hawaii when something goes wrong with the plane. I can't remember exactly what it is, but then it goes down into the water. And yeah, the whole way that the rescue operation is, and obviously time's ticking and time's running out and things just escalate. I think I got like not very far into this book. I want to say about 30 pages or something daft like that. So much had happened in those 30 pages. I was kind of thinking, oh my word, what's next? What how can the book carry on with that? But the rescue mission itself is phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. The way the story all came together. This one had me crying as well. And actually I've bookended, haha, excuse the pun, this one and Project Hail Mary of this list are the two books that did make me cry as well. So really, really highly recommend this one if you're looking for some edge of your seat thriller action. So yeah, so that is my Land, Sea, Sky. Thanks Taylor for the inspiration. And yeah, so that's it, really. That's it for this week or last 2 weeks. So thank you so much if you're still here, still watching, and let me know if you've got any book recommendations that would fit into the Land, Sea, Sky. Any more sky ones if you've got any, because I think probably Drowning and, actually obviously Planes, but Drowning and Falling are the only ones that I can think of that are set sort of on planes or in the sky or anything. But yeah, anywho, I hope you have an amazing 2 weeks. I hope you get lots of stitching time. I hope I get lots of stitching time. And yeah, I'll catch up with you all soon. Thank you. Bye.